Welcome, everybody to Workhorse Wrestling Network's Sing Stars. It's your girl, Dolores, here waiting on my co-host, Jay News. So this week we will be doing some reviews, some previews, doing our spotlight of the week. This week is my turn, and going over all the things that happen here on Workhorse Wrestling Network. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start off since I have a lot on my side before we review and talk about a lot of the New Japan shows. I can actually get you started out early this time, okay? So, coming to the stage, it is time for a review, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off with Project GCW, ladies and gentlemen. If you did not see Project GCW, go back and watch our watch along here on the channel on Friday. It was with Friday Night Fights. So we watched GCW, Project GCW, SmackDown, and Rampage. So make sure you go back and see that. We had Billy Starks defeating Killer Kelly in a good match. It was a good match. Joey Janela defeated Ariel Van Gogh and Dante Leon. We had Thrunt, which consisted of Alley Catch, Effie, Sawyer Red defeated Garbage. Well, I said garbage, but they really are garbage daddies of Alex Price and Carl Radrick, along with Jack Cartwheel. Uni Bendito defeated Myron Reed, which, if you go back, that was kind of like a clunky little match. We talked about that during the watch along. Um, then we had Alex Zane defeat uh, my boy Mike Bailey. Shocked, appalled, saddened. Can that be the right words I use for that? That hurt my feelings. Deathmatch royalty. Broski Jimmy, Matt Cardona, and Steph Delander beat defeated Dan the Dad, KLD, and Shaza McKenzie. For the GCW title, Masha Slamovich defeated Eric Cannon. For the GCW World title match, we had Blake Christian defeat John Wayne Murdoch. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Blake Christian is in his Shawn Michaels era, literally, and he has now found a diesel in Shane Mercer. For the tag team hardcore match, we had Maki Death Kill, Maki Ito, and Nick Gage defeat Los Pasitos, Ciclope, and Mito Extremo. And last but not least, for the St. Louis Street Fight, Matt Warner defeated one called Manders in a like vicious street fight, which is like the third or the fourth that Mets has had in the past couple of weeks, which is very, very shocking. But ladies and gentlemen, here's my boy Jay News coming back.
Good morning.
The band got different. So I again hop on who this man. He show up every week and I don't know who he is.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's been one hell of a weekend, to say the least. Uh, you know, just coming back on here Monday mornings, me and Dolores giving you guys the news and breaking everything down, um, and making sure you come away with a new appreciation of what it is to be professional wrestling fans of talent on the come up. So we're back at it again.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I had a busy weekend because on Saturday, Friday, I watched this live with ALW on the channel. Saturday, 6 o'clock, Reckoning came on. And I was like, okay, great. 8 o'clock, they were still on. And two shows were on at the same time on Thriller, which I had to try to like figure out. And then I rewatched some stuff yesterday. And I was rewatching some stuff today this morning. And I just feel like Your girl gonna have to slow down sometime. Okay? Some way, somehow. I'm gonna slow down. But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna keep on the, as I say, I like to talk about the BS and the hardcore stuff. J News will give you the smoothness. Um, he's gonna do the reviews, especially when it comes to the bracket, which I had to make. So if it looked messed up, I tried my best, Jesus. Okay. Uh I was up there struggling with that bracket. Ladies and gentlemen, we had GCW Keep in Touch. It came on at 8 o'clock on Saturday. You can go back and watch it on Thriller. These shows were on Thriller. I try to keep you all into where you can go back and see them because we do suggest some of the matches on there. For the GCW Tag Team title, uh, Violence is Forever, Dominic Gennari, that's how they pronounce it, and Kevin Koo defeated Garbage Daddies of Alec Price and Carl Radrick. Joshua Bishop defeated Braden Lee. Myron Reed defeated Jack Cartwell. Billy Starks defeated Billy Rock. Los Macisos and Uni El Bandito defeated Young Dragons. Sawyer Rick defeated Steph Delander. That was a good match. Calvin Tankman defeated Alex Zane for the GCW World title match. Blake Christian defeated Eric Cannon. Maki Death Kill defeated the Rejects. And Mance Warner in another bloody violent match defeated Nate Webb. We go on to the other 8 o'clock show. IWS versus Game Changer Wrestling uneffing sanctioned. Okay. Uh, After doing this show, I have found out IWS is a Canadian wrestling company. It's like the Canadian GCW or ECW. So that was interesting to see. Ladies and gentlemen, we had for the IWS women's title match, Katrina Creed defeated LaFisto. That was good. For the IWS tag team three-way ladder match of the vacant belts, we had the Bay City Choir Boys defeat Amazingly Sweet and Dynasty. For the IWS Canadian title number one contendership six-way match, we had Frank Milano defeat Charlie Tiger, JT Producer, Junior Benito, Marcus Mathers, and Sway Archer. For the IWS Canadian title, Matt Viviani defeated Bob Anger. Ben Ortman in the four-way defeated James Stone, Matt Angels, and Mike Bailey, which that was a good match because they seemed like they were trying to hurt each other. For the IWS heavyweight title match, Carl Jepson defeated Ben Toll. I do have a problem with this match. I do have a problem with this match. The fact that they called him the ALW looking man, the Black Beast, Carl Jepson, and I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, hold on, what we doing? And then Ben Toll comes out there and it was like, Ben Toll. I was like, why can't Carl Jepson just be Carl Jepson? And then he won the first time he done won the title. He just out there just no confetti, no nothing. They was just like, just get the hell up out of the ring. Made me mad. Again, this goes to what happened yesterday when y'all heard me slam the table. We just can't catch a break in this wrestling streets out here. That's all that. I was like, I know they know this sounds kind of messed up. Then this man put a lot of effort. He was like, the Black Beast. I was like, oh no, oh no. Oh, let's see what we gonna do. Didn't have no beast in the graphics. Nobody mentioned it ahead of time in the promo. It was just like he just all of a sudden, oh, Black Beast. And then he came out there and I was like, that can make sense. You know, y'all doing too much out here in these streets. And then we had the 8-man tag, which I'm going to talk about because it's burnt into my memory and it shouldn't be. The team of the Green Phantom Phantom, Matthew St. Jock, PCP Crazy, Effin Manny, and Sexy Eddie defeated Bussy with Jimmy Lloyd and Joey Janela. Um, this is how it started, and this could tell you how the whole match went. It started with Sexy Eddie and Effie. And Sexy Eddie come out, and Sexy Eddie go Sexy Eddie. He took his pants off. He had like this thong thing on with a massive bulge in the front, which I'm assuming was fake because he ended up getting bit in that bulge by Effie. And he had Effie, and Effie dropped down and just bit him dead sitting in the crouch. And the match started off with, they say, if you can do it, I can do it better. He said,
Sure.
if you can do it, I can do it better. And if you can do it gay, I can do it gayer. That was his comment. And that's how, and then they began to have a kiss off. And then that's when he started beating Effie. And Effie decided, your bulge is in my face. I might as well just bite it.
I see.
The match was wild. It was wild. It was beyond wild. And it stuck with me the whole weekend because that beginning when he said, you can do it, I can do it. Yeah. That and then him getting bit in the crouch stuck with me. Also, the fact that he took off his pants and he was just like, when the microphone just thrust it. And you like, I don't know what he had in there. That was my initial thought because it was thumping the mic like this. What's going on? What we doing? What we doing? Now I like outrageous wrestling, but what are we doing? What are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? But that's the type of BS I watch. Okay, now we're on to reckoning. Okay, I can tell you from the start of this, some of these people are new to me as far as I don't watch them on a daily basis. I would suggest the last two matches to go and watch because they were, if you're a wrestling fan, something you definitely want to see because the last two matches. And also because I did this for only one page. For the Hog Cruiserweight, which Hog stands for, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking it up, House of Glory. This also was on Thriller. Hog Cruiserweight title Suicide six-way match, which they do extreme matches too. Casey Navarro defeated Darren Richardson, Jay Armani, Jay Lyon, and Nolo Katana. And Raheem Royal, sorry. Uh, that was a title change. Danhausen defeated Joey Silver. Kamar Culture and Kiki Van Gogh defeated Diamond Virgo and the Ultraviolet. Violetta. Excuse me. Hog Crown Jewel title match. Carl Ramirez defeated Lance Anoa'i. And I don't know how many times they mentioned through this match Lance's relation to The Rock and everybody else, and how if he lost this, he would be letting his whole family down as he proceeded to lose. That hurt my feelings. The Rascals defeated Cash Flow Inc. Charles Mason defeated Midas Black. Mustafa Ali, this is one of the two matches I recommend, defeated Alex Shelley in a hard fought match. It was really good. And for the Hog title, we had Mike Santana defeated Penta El Zero Mero. That was a good match. So I would suggest you go back and watch those. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I I do, and in the preview, we will talk about for next week's show. She's actually facing him for the title. So I need her to take back her title. I mean, it's not fair. And I'm tired, no offense, I'm tired of watching Blake Christian. Uh, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to preview. As you see, it's pointing to J Dude because it's down J Dude back in. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, because even in GCW now next week, there are some extreme names that your girl practiced and never got right. Okay, so I'm hoping my good brother will help the both of us. We are going to go with Ashes to Ashes. That's our first pay per view coming up this weekend. Oop, Ashes to Ashes. I keep forgetting that when we come to these ones, they're in the banners. Okay, so Ashes to Ashes comes on 3/9. Also, Thriller. You have Tony Deppen versus Microman. Danhausen versus Charles Mason. Here comes the messed up, not messed up, but here comes the name I struggle. Nick Gage versus,
Oh, it's Ryuji Ito.
see, that's why we got Jay Lewis. And then
Yeah, that's Abdullah Kobayashi.
versus Max Tremont for the GCW Tag Team titles. Violence is Forever, Dominic Gurnari and Kevin Coos versus Dark Sheet and Sawyer Red. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. They hyped up this Punjabi prison match for the title, and it makes me wonder how am I supposed to believe that they're gonna lose any match on the way to that? Ladies and gentlemen, the next day, one of the two shows on the next day, JCW March Madness. Okay, they don't have any listed matches, but I did want to let you know that will be on YouTube under the GCW Game Changer Wrestling channel because GCW is the umbrella, it's the top, and then it has so many other undercuts to it. So JCW will be on YouTube, which is good. It's free. You ain't got to pay for nothing. So at least some of you all can, join us, join us, join us. Next, also on the same day, is GCW So Much Fun 310-2. That is on Thriller. We have Thrusty, Alley Catch, Dark Sheik, and Effie versus Maki Death Kill Club, which consists of Maki Ito, Matt Tremont, and Nick Gage. The Garbage Daddies, Alex Price and Carl Radrick versus the Rich and the Powerful, which is Charles Mason and Richard Holiday. Abdullah Kobayashi
And Ryu
and
Ito.
Ryu Ito.
Ryuji Ito.
Ryuji
Mhm.
Ito. See, look, learning the lesson, ladies and gentlemen. Versus Los Besitos, Ciclope and Mira Extremo. We have John Wayne Murdoch versus Casey Catal. And for the GCW World title match, hopefully I won't be ripping my hair out of my head. Please, Jesus, let Blake Christian, the champion, lose to Marshall Slim. If there is a will, there is a way. You deport. Listen, I was disappointed last night, ladies and gentlemen. If you listen to the watch along last night, which 100 and some of you have, you heard me almost break my table, slam my computer down. But Swerve Strickland did not win. I was angry. I was like, y'all keeping a black brother down. And then on top of that, I went on a rant. I was mad. I went on a whole black rant. You know what? I feel bad for you, ALW. You just said over there, you had to be quiet. I was just over there just going on a black rant, okay? Because we started off the show with what's his name? He manages the alien girl and Willow.
Oh, Stokely?
Stokely, yes. With Stokely having an uncomfortable interaction where they're like, he was like, the announcer was like, my wallet is missing. And Stokely's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then you have the other announcer going, no, like, that's an unfair stereotype. And then the man keeps going with this bit. And Stokely is like, he seems uncomfortable. And I'm like, okay, so this is what we're going to do? And then now you're going to screw this black man in the end? Make it make sense. And then also, no offense, I love Sting. We love Sting here. But I lost the championship because I thought he was going to lose the title because it's his last match and he is the champion. How are we going to go from here?
Well, Tony explained that during the scrum. which I figured that's what's gonna that I figured that once thing once they retain the tag team championships, I figured okay, they're gonna vacate the championships and they're gonna have a tournament because that's always the best way to reset
But
the division.
that is that. Why are we always having tournaments? Like you could just listen. You could have did anything. You could have just let him come the next day and get jumped and something. Why do we have to do this? Why
No,
do we
I
have to do
think
this?
I can respect your point of view just because from a storytelling perspective, but at the end of the day, the tag team scene at AEW needed a refresher. So we might see newer tag teams be thrust to the forefront on AEW television. I think in the coming weeks with this tournament coming. So I think that'll be a good thing, and then it'll help just reset the tag team division overall, because it hasn't necessarily been in the spotlight, because Sting's retirement's been in the spotlight, not necessarily the tag team division itself. So I think it's a good place to reset the division and put eyes on newer teams and or new combination of whatever wrestlers they come to they come to sell us next and stuff like that. So that's my particular perspective on it. I didn't think they had to do anything out of the ordinary just to get him retired.
I
Um,
know you do, Des, and I'm sad about that. I'm sick
so,
of tournaments. Every time
uh,
I turn around, it's a tournament.
but
And we about to talk about one now, and it irritates the like out of me, like out of
but
me.
the thing about tournaments is Dolores because we're so used to the tournament um, way of life due to New Japan. AEW with the Triple Crown tournament showed that they can really put on a good tournament. So I feel like um,
But they've had like 10 tournaments, and I'm like, at what point are we just gonna just not keep doing it? It's like it seems like every time we turn around, you're having a gauntlet, a tournament, or something, a multi-man match. It's like I just need some good one-on-one for you. I need
well,
you to develop something.
I think they're trying to stay away from the WWE style of doing things. So they're doing what the other things that they know how to do, or at least
I mean, but WWE would do that. I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen a women's tournament match, a women's such and such
yeah. But
match, but
those
somebody done vacated something.
those
That it's
those matches, I think, at least from a visual perspective, Dolores, those matches take place in one night. They try to tell stories
oh
over.
no, they've been doing them like a couple of episodes each thing. It normally takes about a month and ends at the pay-per-view. They've been doing that lately, and I'm like, I get frustrated with that too because I'm like, at a certain point, you need to have a plan, and it feels like I don't have a plan. So what I'm gonna go to is we're just gonna do a tournament. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna do a tournament. And it's like even with I think last night it was first time ALW had heard that the New Japan belt is now tied up into the rest of these belts into one belt. And I'm like, that irritates me too. It irritated me when Roman did it. It definitely irritates me that they wrapped ROH and New Japan all up into this one thing where it's like every time he defends it, he's defending it all. That irks me too.
Mm, mm.
And it's like you taking all this history and just tied it up into one thing that you know is wrong. That's why he's toting all three belts. But it's just irritating. It's like I want them to have a plan, a storyline to go from there. I know sometimes things happen, but
Mm.
this wasn't something that just happened. He got injured and he has to give up the belt. It's something that you planned for to happen. It's like you knew it was coming. As I said last night, it's kind of like the Eddie. I try not to laugh at it because I find it hilarious. But that episode of TNA when you remember it's like they were fighting each other and the little boy got hit by the car.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He was standing there. It never I could not turn my brain off for the fact that they were hollering. He turns around and he turns back and the car was like slow moving, lights on him, and he did not move. That's what it felt like. It was like y'all knew this was coming. I see the light, but I'm still gonna let it hit. That irritated me. Hangman beating up the referee out of nowhere irritated me. It was just like yesterday was
Well,
just irritation.
I, I okay. Um, the I will say this. I think we all watch as individuals. We all watch wrestling through a different lens, depending as to whatever we prefer and want to take out of specific storylines and things of that nature. Um, with ALW said he loves tournaments. I can do with them or do without them, depending on the situation. Um, it all depends on what you're trying to showcase, what it is that you're trying to um, do for the talent that is in this tournament, um, from a promotional standpoint, from a building standpoint, from a future storyline building standpoint, things of that nature. So that's my take on tournaments. As for the Hangman thing, it didn't annoy me as much just because it's due course for the storyline. At the end of the day, he's becoming more and more
He screwed that black
unhinged.
man out of his title. That made me upset.
I understand it made you
It made me
upset.
upset
I understand it made you upset.
because
That means it worked, Dolores. That means that what the character of Hangman Adam Page is doing his job.
it ain't the character. Tony made me upset because you had the opportunity to make history. This would have been a year where you have gotten big names, quote unquote, wrote history. You could have. He's had fire banger matches. Still got potential to go against younger talent. You could have, and also, you telling me Swerve Osprey match for the title wouldn't have been a banger. Listen, I need you to stop playing around and give this black man his title. Okay?
I,
I'm
I have
tired of it.
I have a feeling, Dolores, that Swerve Strickland will be a okay. He'll be a
It'll be a okay, but it's like this is 2 years in the making. We've seen people passing by Punk lesser than that, and it's like, come on now, come on. It's like, oh, he wasn't popular enough. Now he's popular. Oh, his character hasn't gotten over. It's gotten over. Now it's no excuse for you not to give him the title. You still don't give him the title. I just begin to think you got a problem. You got a problem with putting big name people like him, and I'm gonna say like him. Y'all know what I'm talking about. In positions of top power. I'm getting irritated. I also got irritated this weekend watching Riho beat Trisha Dore. You telling me this 8 year veteran got beat by this tiny little girl in her little roll up stomp? That was it. Stop playing with my people. Stop playing with me. You just screwed them all the way around this week. Stop playing with my people. But, ladies and gentlemen, also Warlow looking like he did made me upset too. Man, stop looking like this out in these streets. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling 52nd anniversary. It also is the first day of the New Japan Cup,
yes.
so we're gonna talk about that.
All right, folks. That's on March 6th, which is 2 days from now. So that'll be on Wednesday. 52nd anniversary show is going to be Tongalo and Tomoaki Hama versus United Empire's Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb. We then have okay, same match here. And then we have Chaos, which is Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, El Desperado, Nolik Bolton. They're going to go against Los Ingobernables de Japón, which will be Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, and Yota Tsuji. We'll then have United Empire members Callum Newman, Francesco Akira, and TJP go against Bullet Club War Dog members David Finley, Gabe Kidd, and Gato. We'll then have House of Torture's Dick Toko, Evil, Red Narita, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru go up against just 5 guys, Doki, Sonata, Taichi, and Yuya Uemura. Then we go on to the New Japan Cup's first round matches, where we'll have Toru Yano versus Yujiro Takahashi. Kenta versus Yoshihashi. Jack Perry will be making his New Japan debut versus Shota Umino in the first round match. Non-title match, it'll be Tetsuya Naito versus Sho to end the anniversary show.
Yes, 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 ladies and gentlemen. And now we're gonna move into the part where I had to struggle. I had to fight for my life. We're gonna go into the New Japan Cup. Yes, that was the first day, but it also is with the anniversary. We want to talk about the New Japan Cup itself. As
Mhm.
you see, Sonata is getting a pass, so he will meet the winner of the Yoshihashi Kenta match. Shota Umino and Jack Perry also meet on 3-6. Toriano Takahashi meet on 3-6. TJP, David Finley meet on 3-7. Tangaloa and Great Khan meet on 3-7. Tomohiro Ishii and Chase Owens meet on 3-7. Hiroki Goto gets a pass and he meets the person from the Ishii Owens match. And as you see, 311, it goes out. 312, it goes out. 316, 318. Then 320 is when the cup happens. On the other side, Evil gets a pass. Hikuleo, I don't know why I spelled it. Hikuleo faces Oleg Boltin. Shingo Takagi faces Yoramura on 3-8. Callum faces Gate Kid on 3-8. Yoda Suji, Jeff Cobb on 310. El Phantasmo, Mikey Nichols on 310. Tachi meets Ren Narita on 310. And Zack Sabre Jr. gets a pass. He meets the person from the Tachi Ren Narita match. Then they go from 313, 315, 317, 318 to meet in the cup. Okay? Yes, I had to fight all my life with this graphic. So, now we're on to the next thing. Oops, sorry. Oops, go back. There we go. So now we're on day two, 3-7.
Well, you broke that down already. So
Yeah,
we have
they have other like
they had
ropey
other
matches
matches and
too.
stuff like that. Yeah. So we got Bishamon here, Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi and Oleg Boltin against the Gorillas of Destiny. Togi Makabe and Toriano versus TMDKs, Mikey Nichols and Zack Sabre Jr. We then had Bullet Club, Gabe Kid, Gato, and Kenta versus United Empires, Callum Newman, Francisco Akira, and Jeff Cobb. El Desperado, Shota Umino, Tomoaki Hama, and Yo versus House of Torture's Evil, Ren Narita Show, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Los Ingo Banabu Sahapon, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, Tetsuya Naito, and Yoda Tsuji versus just five guys, Doki, Sanada, Taichi, Takamitsu and Yuya Uemura.
Okay, we're gonna skip through the cup matches just
Yeah,
to show you
we
all.
just showed you the new. Yeah.
And now
Sorry,
we're on day three.
3-8. Yeah, day three. Chaos, Hiroki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, and Yoshihashi, and again with Taguchi, go up against Bullet Club's Chase Owens, David Finley, Gato, and Kenta. El Phantasmo and Tomoaki Hanma go up against TMDK's Mikey Nichols and Zack Sabre Jr. El Desperado, Shota Umino, and Yo versus Bullet Club members Dick Togo, Evil, and Show. And then House of Torture, Red Narita, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Yujiro Takahashi versus just five guys, Doki, Sonata, and Taichi. Los Singo Banawa Zappo and Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Tetsuya Naito, and Yoda Tsuji go up against United Empire, Francisco Akira, Great Khan, Jeff Cobb, and TJP.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go through those real quick. Now we're on day four, which is I think it's the day before we come
Back.
back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is next Sunday. We have Bishamon, Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi along with Tomoaki Hanma facing the Bullet Clubs, Chase Owens, Kenta, and Taiji Shimori. We then have Chaos, Tomohiro Ishii, and Toriano alongside Taguchi versus just five guys, Doki Sonata and Yuya Uemura. Gorillas of Destiny, Hikuleo, Jado, and Tangaloa versus Bullet Club War Dogs, David Finley, Gabe Kid, and Gato. El Desperado, Oleg Boltin, Shota Umino, and Yo versus House of Torture's Evil, Show, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Yujiro Takahashi. Los Ingo Banawa de Japón, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, and Tetsuya Naito versus United Empire's Callum Newman, Francisco Akira, Great Khan, and TJP.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go through the matches real quick because we already talked about it.
Yes,
And then the day we come back,
on the 11th, which is next
yes,
Monday.
they don't have any matches listed, but
Yeah,
Sonata's gonna be facing somebody, and
yes,
then there's a second
Nana got
round
the
match.
first round bye, so he'll get whoever the winner of that first round match is that we mentioned earlier.
And then another second round match.
And then another second round match there, and then probably a bunch of other tag matches that'll be based on whatever the other tag matches for the week have already been based on.
So now we're at the end, ladies and gentlemen. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus. Um, we can remove that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the part of the show, which I know it's getting quicker and quicker as weeks go by, where we are going to talk because there are no like other indie shows or anything, and that's a lot of tournament for us to watch. So we'll definitely get back to you. I definitely will try to make sure I watch because sometimes they have little story beats behind them. Not gonna say I'm gonna be watching every single one, but I'm gonna try to watch. Um, let's get to
Yeah, this is true.
yeah.
It is the first Kenta match in a while. Jack Perry making his debut. What are my expectations of Jack Perry? My expectations of Jack Perry is that they're going to make him a recurring character on New Japan Pro Wrestling Television, and at these events. So my thought process is that even though they should be making Shooter a top level baby face, winning most of his matches type deal, I think that he will lose his first round match against Jack Perry so that Jack Perry can garner some heat over in Japan and continue to evolve his scapegoat character. That is the surface level of expectation I have for now, just the growth and the evolution of Jack Perry's new scapegoat character, and that he'll beat Shooter in that first round match. Outside of that, don't know what else is going to happen. Don't know what else they're going to do with Jack, but I expect at least that much.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time for the main event. Hey, it's for my brother Jay News to get his tape. You better go and check him out, okay? If you hear the sound of my voice, better go and check Jay News out.
Yeah, you can check me out on the Twitter space at John L. YFNMG. YFNMG stands for your friendly neighborhood moviegoer. I do movie reviews and podcasts at times, more movie reviews on Letterboxd nowadays than anything else. And I also post them on Twitter, X, and as well as on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at the same at John L. YFNMG. And that is my other labor of love, just watching movies, going to the theater and gaining those experiences and stuff like that. I promoted my my review for Dune Part 2 on the internets the other day. Had a hell of a time watching that movie. One of the best and to say the least surreal movie experiences I've had in a very, very long time. I do recommend that movie to anybody to watch it. Check out my review on Letterboxd, like I said before, of Dune Part 2. And I have other reviews for other movies up there as of right now as well. So you can also check me out on Letterboxd as well at John LYFNMG. And you can check out my other reviews for the other movies that I watched so far in 2024. And this week I will have another review up on a movie that I missed back in December called American Fiction. So I'll be reviewing that movie and giving you my thoughts on that movie via written review as well. Don't necessarily know when I'll get back to the podcasting part of things, just because I haven't really had time to sit down and record uh, here in the home space, because I'm barely home as it is due to work schedules and things of that nature. So the writing part of it is really more or less me being able to get on my phone, take out a notes app, and sit down and write stuff while I'm traveling. Because I take public transportation in NYC. I don't drive around, folks. So I'm not in that part of the country. So I get to sit down and just write stuff and draft things up and edit it as I go along, and then just reread it and make sure my grammar is all good, and then post it for you guys to read and things of that nature. So I'm going the written word route right now with my reviews, just because it does take a lot more. It's more time consuming to do podcast recordings and stuff like that, and time really is not on my side nowadays. So the written word is really how you're going to catch me. So on the Letterboxd, and then I'll also post the links and my reviews on my Twitter feed and also on my Instagram feed as well. So folks aren't just stuck to the one particular application to check out my reviews. So much love to anybody out there who always who's been supporting me since my podcast recording days and or checking out my written reviews and stuff like that or whatever. So I'll make sure to make those reviews more readily accessible for everybody. And as always, thank you to the Workhorse Wrestling Network for allowing me to plug my my other endeavors, and thank you to Dolores for always making sure to threaten all of you to watch and consume my content. I appreciate you.
Listen, listen. I got my little country braids on today. Don't make me come down there, okay? Uh, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It's that time at that time at that time at that time. It's spotlight time. Okay, so I have talked about this person twice in this episode. I think they are on a phenomenal run, uh, trying to unalive every person they come in contact with. And this person is Mance Warner. Yes, yes. Mance Warner has been on a tear, having bloody matches left and right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mance Warner has defeated Nate Webb, defeated one Kyle Manners, had a no contest with Alley Catch in the Texas Bull Rope match, had a no contest with Effie, has had a no contest with Brody Young Prodigy, has was defeated in a hard fought match against Steve Macklin, all in the past couple of weeks. Okay, so Mass Warner has mostly been in GCW. He this iteration he's been in MLW. A little bit about him: he is a pupil of Dory Funk Jr.
Hmm.
Uh, Wrestled in Georgia Atlanta Wrestling. Okay, and Indiana Smash Mouth Pro Wrestling. He's done the independent circuit with IWA Mid South. He's wrestled with people like Matt Riddle, Michael Elgin, Jimmy Jacobs. A lot of other people have had many, many death matches. And so I think he deserves to be spotlighted this week because with all the hard fought matches he has had, I mean bloody. I mean bloody. Also, he took out somebody's mama. So when you do that, you're a bad man. Listen, he hit that lady in the head, and ALW saw the review of it. She was limp. I don't know where they got her from, but she need to do this more often because she was straight up limp. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know where they got her from. She's Allie Catch's mama, but I'm just saying. Uh, he thinks that Jack Perry will join the War Dogs.
That's the question. Honestly, man, my take on it is that Jack should be on his own. That's my personal take. Whether or not he'll join the War Dogs, I'm not sure because the way that Jack's character development has gone through AEW and now him, going off at Shooter and stuff like that, it doesn't seem like he's going to be part of a bigger of a team. It just seems like he's doing things more on his own type deal. That's my take of it. If he does join
My
any
real
faction,
question is,
Dolores.
like, I'm sorry,
Hmm.
I paused. Is it like his excursion at this point?
I would say so. I would say that it is his excursion. Um, uh,
I think they should do that more often with people,
yes,
and especially developing their character because
mhm,
you see them grow in a
mhm,
different way outside of AEW
yeah.
than you would. I wish all companies could do it, but I know AEW is more flexible with letting people do it. Like even seeing Billy Starks wrestle, she's wrestled men, she's wrestled women. She has a good character that I wish could be brought into AEW
I mean, and
because she's like lovable, but still like hardcore badass.
hardcore. I think that the a lot of people, at least from what I see online, let me just say this, based on the internet wrestling community, folks feel like AEW has taken more advantage of their relationship with New Japan, by taking their particular talent. And I think now we're starting to see where the AEW talent is going to be able to take themselves over to New Japan, either be it New Japan in the US or New Japan in Japan proper. And hopefully, in the coming weeks and months and things of that nature, I feel that some of the lady talent on AEW can take advantage of going over to Japan, either it be with the TJPW itself, not Stardom, because they don't have a relationship with Stardom, but TJPW itself, and or other uh,
I think
Japanese.
they're more doing. I've seen them doing more of GCW and Wrestling Revolver
Sure.
than going over there. I mean, a lot of them, to be honest, are mothers and or young women who might not feel comfortable stepping out, going over there. Now, I would like to see some people go over there that I know because of their personal, and I'm just gonna say personal things,
Mhm.
probably would not feel comfortable necessarily going over there. You know, like I would like to see a Dollar Rose go over there, but
Right.
because
But
of things they're
yeah.
going. So it's like that's where the fine line is. It's like a lot of them are open about their personal lives, open about the things that they do. Is that necessarily a comfortable, safe space to go and express that as your character over there? I don't necessarily know that at this point.
That I can understand. I just feel like the talent exchange thing isn't as one sided as people think of it to be. I think that AEW as a company is going to start to use their international relationships with their other, be it CMLL, be it New Japan and stuff. They're going to be sending talent over there to
I
for
can see where people get that from because you almost feel as though if we have a working relationship, why do you? Okay, it's kind of the best way, and I'm good at with examples. It's like I let you come in my house and use my things, but then you start taking them home with you.
mm,
At what point is it you shouldn't be doing it? You can just come and use it.
mm,
That means you got to take it with you.
mm,
And I think that's what it is. Like we're at a point where everybody is leaving New Japan. There is no thought at this point. When you leave New Japan, you're going to AEW. Most people don't even think about WWE anymore.
mm.
That's not even an option. Even though they're on the new regime and things seem to be getting better, people still don't think that's an option because there's a like a one way ticket. I've been in your house now. I'm taking your things.
Right.
And so I think that's the where some people feel about it, where I can understand they're comfortable because they have mates and things and people they trust in that company. Just like I think the women of WWE have that line with Stardom where it's like, oh girl, come over here, I can help you. You know, that you don't want to go somewhere where you don't know nobody and you're in a new country and then you just kind of left out there to figure things out. I wouldn't want to be in that predicament.
I can understand that. I think it's just more of the, it just seems like they're going through or just they were trying to figure out whatever the cycle was going to be between the talent exchange, and I think it's going to be more of the younger AEW talent that doesn't have any characters built, or they might lack some,
Lance Archer, yeah.
or lack some sort of they lack some sort of in ring ability and stuff like that, and they'll send them over to places like CMLL or New Japan Pro Wrestling to tighten their stuff up, or the people who aren't doing anything, the people who are sitting and catering at the end of the day. Those folks as well, they might get a shot at going over to New Japan or CMLL so they can have something to do, right? At least the ones who are willing to do that, right?
It's the
So,
next crop of free agents that we have to look at because if AEW continues to sign people, are we going to get into a WCW moment where I've signed everybody
mhm. I mean, they're
and
there now.
I don't have nowhere to put them, and I'm
Mhm.
paying people and I'm losing money, and this is becoming a problem because I'm telling you, Mercedes Monet, Osprey, uh, even Okada are not signing for just your little chump change.
No,
They got big
I
cash
agree with you.
deals.
I think someone posted this on on not Instagram, but on Twitter yesterday. The the list of AEW wrestlers who are currently injured and that should be on their way back within the next 4 or 5 months. And
Our
that
Pac is on the way back.
hmm?
Pac did a vignette last night.
they,
He's
they,
coming
they, they
back.
put it,
Then
yeah, they put
Kyle
it,
Fletcher just came back.
yeah, and right. Kyle Fletcher just came back. Kyle O'Reilly just came back.
Yeah.
And there's still a list of other injured AEW talent. That is a long list of wrestlers that should be coming back within the next 4 or 5 months. So like to the point you were making, they're already there. They're already at that WCW point where they have all this freaking talent that they sign, and they don't have much. They don't have really a lot to do with it, which is why I was talking about the whole talent exchange thing. As long as talent is willing, right, to go to places like Mexico and Japan, um, I think that would be probably best for people who don't have anything to do on TV currently. And
Yeah.
then the younger talent as well to join to get experience at other dojos or other training facilities. I think that would be best for their wrestling education as a whole as well
I
because
think everybody should have a Mustafa Ali moment. Like he's just going around just tapping here, there, everywhere.
right.
So I appreciate that because it's like that's exactly what I thought Mercedes Monet was gonna do.
Mm,
Because initially she was like, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna go to Mexico, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna go this, I'm gonna travel the world. And it was like she stayed in one spot, she got injured, and then now she's going to AEW reportedly, allegedly. So that's like, okay, we need some more people to travel around and make a name and introduce people because once you're hooked to a wrestler and you really like them, you'll follow them where they go and they introduce you to new people. For me, it's like I didn't know about Rev Pro, but once I liked Will Ospreay, I kind of just was led there. And
mm,
now I like their wrestling and I'm interested in the new people. And it's just kind of like that GCW. They do that. They umbrella under to other companies. And then you get to meet these other people where you're like, okay, I want to watch this person. I'm willing to watch this again. IWS show made me interested into all the Carl Jepsons, all of those type of people.
mm.
I'm willing to watch it again to get to know these people because I was introduced to them through GCW.
Makes
But
sense.
ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get out of here in a minute. I gotta do some cleanup. Ladies and gentlemen, I was a little tired today. So I don't have the link to the Discord in the chat. But you know what? Your girl do have it. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, we have a QR code now. Scan this QR code off your screen. It works. I've done it plenty of times. It will send you straight to our link tree, which it will send you everywhere. We have predictions we put in the Discord. So if you want to participate, make sure you join the Discord. Um, Again, if you think you can beat me, if you think you can beat me, try it. Okay, I want to see you try it. Try it. Okay, survive if I let you. Okay, so make sure you scan that and get to our link tree. Also, ladies and gentlemen, please support the TWC at Wildfire Perry. You can buy, I think they sell popcorn, they sell shirts. Make sure you support them. Again, I'm gonna say it again. Thank you to Cody Rose for providing them tickets to WrestleMania and hotel rooms. Because again, we're gonna say ATLANTA. That's where I stay zone 6. Yeah, you hear me? So Assalon. Anytime you see a watch along like we did yesterday, you can listen to it on YouTube audio, watch alongs. That's the icon you'll see for that. Also, you can catch us on YouTube audio on the cookout and listen along with us live as it's happening. That's the icon you'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube Audio, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and Radio Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, I know Google Podcasts, Radio Republic is changing. They gave me a 50-page list. I'm trying to condense it where we can, where we can give it to you so you know how to change us over to the next platform. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we are on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Thread, Threads, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I had a brain just stopped in the middle of that. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Threads, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. But you click that link tree, it's all on there. We had two retro watch alongs. Go back to our playlist. One was with Sammy and ALW, and then one was the whole gang for Sammy's birthday. If I can get J News to take a day off, we could do another watch along, okay? Because we do birthday watch along. You pick the topic, you pick whatever, we just watch it, okay? Workhouse Wrestling Network Hall of Fame is April 4th, the day after J News' birthday, right?
That's
Birthday
right.
on the 3rd.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. We're gonna blast J News all on the 3rd. We're gonna party on the 4th. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen. Also, I'm assuming there won't be no show today because there won't be no J News. Uh this is the schedule. I'm gonna go and buy it by the new graphics that we have. You are here with us at 10 a.m. on Mondays. Me and J News sing the stars in places of New Japan, Stardom, GCW, and so much more. And it's very access to you. Right now, the only two apps, only three things you're going to need is either YouTube, Thriller, or
New Japan World.
New Japan Pro Wrestling app. That's it. And I think the two apps, New Japan Pro Wrestling and Thriller, are $7.99, $9.
Hmm.
So that's not that bad. Two apps, two major central points. And for those who like boxing or bare knuckle or anything like that, Thriller has all of that. So get your bang for your buck. Tomorrow, 10:30, it's the cookout. It's sizzling. It's hot, ladies and gentlemen, because they talk hot topics and play fire games at 10:30 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. Eastern Standard Time. All of these are Eastern Standard Time. When you look on the actual graphic for the show, it'll tell you Pacific Standard Time. It's too early for me to be doing math. Okay? 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the cookout with the whole gang of ALW, CM, Anika, Sammy Joe, every Tuesday, 10:30. Ladies and gentlemen, 10:15 the next day on Wednesday, we have all four NAWT not all for not, where they talk all things WWE. They review and preview pay-per-view shows, but they mostly week to week talk about Raw and NXT. So make sure you're there with Slim and Sammy Joe and ALW as they talk about Raw and NXT on All for Not 10:15 on Wednesday. Next day, 10:15 on Thursday, you have Aftermath of Dynamite. Boom! That's where they talk all things AEW, from Rampage to Collision to Dynamite from the day before. They also review and preview pay per view shows that have happened. I think this week they might be reviewing the show we mentioned earlier of Revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, Friday Night Fights. It is with Slam and Sammy Joe and Anika on Friday nights, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, SmackDown, then Rampage. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about this Friday because it won't just be a regular Friday night fight. Also, ladies and gentlemen, you wake up on Saturday morning, 11 a.m., you get under the radar. That's with the parents. They keep it short and sweet and make sure you get all you need. It is from Ring of Honor, MLW, BTE, TNA, all wrapped up in one, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're there 11 a.m. on Saturdays. Again, sorry for some of the shows not necessarily coming out. Things are happening. We're changing. We're fitting and molding. We're figuring it out. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 o'clock on Saturday at night. You get Saturday Night is All Right. AEW Collision Watch Along here on the channel. It's that Black Girl Magic time, ladies and gentlemen, where you get Anika and CM helping to heal your life at 8 o'clock. We have fun. We talk topics. It's just a cool, relaxed time. Ladies and gentlemen, on Sunday, 11 a.m., you get to enter the square circle. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know these two men right here, they battle it out. ALW and Stammy. They go toe to toe in video games. They have tournaments with some of the wrestling video games. We're going to change it. It might be some, outside non wrestling things incorporated. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a prayer circle for my boy ALW. He been getting his back kicked in every week, every week by Sammy. When they start back up, we're going to need him to win, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go back and watch yesterday's Revolution watch along. But as we said, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's a big pay per view. There's a Workhorse Wrestling Network. This Friday, you have Friday night fights, but it's gonna be TNA Sacrifice. It's gonna be a TNA Sacrifice watch along with SmackDown and AEW Rampage. So make sure you watch that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget your neighborhood friendly moviegoer. Okay, J News. Like I said, if you don't check them out, you must like to waste your time. You must want to see something that's not gonna make you happy. You listen. I tried to tell you if you're gonna watch that Revolution pay per view, don't go back and watch that Swerve man. Gonna upset you. Okay? He trying to tell you how to save your money. He's trying to save lives one day at a time. So make sure you go and watch that, ladies and gentlemen. Also, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, we had predictions. And we had a co-champion, Anika and ALW, both with 45. These are our top champions for Revolution. Let's give them a hand clap of praise. There you go. Good job. ALW finally won something, and Anika is back on her winning streak, tied. So we'll see who can win the TNA pay per view. And if you think you can, make sure Make sure if you think you can be the one up here, which will, if you send me a picture in Discord, I'll put your picture if you win. If you want just the icon, I will do that for you like they have. Scan this code right here, and we will make sure you get entered into the predictions contest. Easy. It's easy peasy. Multiple choice, pick your answer, send it in. I am the only one who controls it, so I'm the only one who sees it. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of me and my brother Jay News, we are glad that you came in today and came to see the stars with us early in the morning. You know, sometimes it gets a little dark, but we'll guide you our way. Okay? So, until then, I'm going to cut the lights out. It's kind of getting dark. And I'm going to let you know we're going to say peace.